teachers have an obligation to offer an alternative to name calling, finger pointing, and blaming. One of the central purposes for public education is to sustain a working democracy. And a working democracy, small d, relies upon citizens who will listen to each other, citizens who are committed to understanding one another, and citizens who are committed to working with one another to solve shared problems or to solve problems that are keeping one another back from being fully who they want to be. How do you get kids to learn how to listen and talk to each other around controversy and around dilemmas? That has always been the work of teachers. You can't wait for crises to teach kids how to talk to each other and how to listen to each other. It has to be something that is a skill and a strength and a muscle that you're building throughout their educational experience. Great teachers and great schools do this in ways that are both cultural and structural. They make time during their schedule. They commit time to talking and being with one another and teaching kids how to listen and how to talk with each other. That goes from everything from teaching kids how to raise their hands and maybe teaching kids how to lean in when someone's talking and to nod in affirmation that I hear what you're saying, even if you don't agree. But it may also mean teaching kids how to use protocols and help students enter into a conversation and simply trying to understand positions and understand the issue, and then move to places where students are taking stands and trying to engage in a dialogue, and let's try to work out and see if we can find some common ground. At the end of every class, stopping and saving 3 to 5 minutes to have the whole class as a learning community get used to giving each other performance on not only what did we learn in terms of content, but how do we do as learners. When you make it regular for students to give each other feedback on how they did as learners, you don't get that kind of feedback, which is essential to having positive and productive dialogue. You don't learn that in the moment, when there's heat and when there's light. You learn that, when there are perhaps maybe less controversial or things where you can take a little distance from.